today, Wednesday, August 16th, call this meeting to order. We'll get review of the minutes because of the lack of a quorum, lack of a members. Deputy Building Communications, review the warrant, please.
I'll make a motion to accept the warrant as printed.
One second. All in favor, motion passes. Director's report.
Oh, we need the July warrant too.
We do all.
Yeah, we have two, June and July.
All right.
I did read it both.
Oh, you did? For both of them? Oh, okay.
I should have said.
That's okay.
Director's report.
Okay. First, we have vacancies. Wow, this has been the biggest amount of vacancies Mike and I have since we've been here. We already had over 13 vacancies. Right now, currently, we have 3A, and 5B is going to become open. They switched over to a different unit. So we have 3 people waiting to come downstairs. So as soon as those 3 downstairs apartments are open, we're gonna move tenants from upstairs to downstairs, and then have 3 upstairs apartments open. So it'll be over 13 when all is said and done. I'll talk about that when we talk about...
Because they're not ready, or just because we haven't filled them yet?
The 3A and the 3B, they just became...
I understand, they're gonna be moving, but you said 13, so the other 10, are they ready to move in?
Oh, no, the other 10 have been done, completed, and rented. So right now, we only have 3 open, but we had a total of 13 in the whole year. But right now, we've done everything, cleaned them.
You're talking 13 turnovers, not empty apartments?
No, sorry about that. 13, we've had 13 turnovers total, but right now we only have 3 open. All the others have been done, completed, and filled. So once these 3 are done, we're gonna have people from upstairs come down. Then once they're done, then Nancy will work and get the people from the list. She goes through everybody, checks them, sees if they're eligible to live here, and then those will be filled. And then hopefully that will be it for a while.
So that means that them 10 have all been the new showers with the ceilings and all that stuff you've been doing?
When needed, yeah. Some of them are in good condition. I've just been doing what, needs to be done. If the ceilings are bad, I'll do it. Tub surrounds, if the tiles are still good and intact, I've been to sleep.
Especially because we've had so many, we've been kind of picking and choosing. We had $9,000 in turnover money from the state, so we absorbed that really quick. So right now, and you'll see in our year budget, we're definitely over in maintenance costs, but I'll explain that after. But we're working with them to hopefully make things work out. So currently, 3 vacancies. Hopefully by the next meeting, it will be.
There'll still be 3.
Yeah, it'll be 3. So. The next one, I keep reminding the board of the certified classes. DHCD is on us to get you guys to take the classes. So, for new business, I need a board vote to hire the lowest bidder for the bathroom and kitchen shut-off valve. In your packet, I've included the 3 lowest bids with a letter from our RCAT, our Regional Capital Assistance Team, along with a letter from the engineer. So as you can see, they had 4 bids come in, highest bid being $50,640, going all the way as low as $25,000. So the letter from RCAT along with the engineer states they've already checked references, and they're asking us to have a board vote to hire Creative Developers LLC from Boylston Street, Boston, Mass. They were the low quote of $25,000. And it was 22% lower than the construction cost estimate, which they've estimated at $32,162. The reason why that was a little lower too is we've had some problems in the last 6 months, and Mike's actually, you did about 6 of them?
Yeah, I had the plumber.
Yeah, so we had to do 6 of them, and so the bid did come in lower, so I asked the board to vote to hire Creative Developers for the cost of $25,000 for the fish number 003060 bathroom and kitchen shut-off valve replacement job.
Are these gas valves or plumbing?
All the plumbing under the kitchen sink, bathroom sink, and toilet. What it is, some of them haven't been turned since day 1.
Yeah.
And I need, pliers to turn them, and then the rubber gasket inside's all rotten, and ends up being a
So there's a couple of units they've been done, and this is to do all the rest.
somewhat bad, like that whole handicap building has been done, we were doing, we did the bathroom there. We shut the whole system off.
You guys having a meeting on your own?
Oh, no, he's asking about,
No, he asked the question.
Oh,
yeah. And then a couple of them, I had the issue where I couldn't shut the water off, so they replaced them.
No, I just wondering exactly what we're replacing. I guess it's all the shut-offs and all the units that are not replaced already.
And I believe that was the only company that came out and looked at the project.
Really?
So everybody else just estimated at 50 grand. It's not a bad deal.
so you need a,
So obviously you believe it needs to be done?
Oh, it has to be done, yeah.
And the money's coming from the state, so it's not gonna affect our budget at all. They're giving us the money to do this project from our,
Capital.
from our capital funding.
We've been on this since before COVID, then COVID hit, kind of, so yeah, I was hoping it would be done 4 years ago.
I'll make a motion to accept the bid from Creative Developers LLC for $25,000.
do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed.
So, the next item on the agenda is a board vote to amend the financial assistance in the amount of $90,921 for fiscal year 2025 and $90,892 for fiscal year 2026, totaling $813. And this is for the gas shut-off project and this is for the Federal Pacific panel project. They came in and they're gonna go ahead and replace all of our Federal Pacific panels here and on Garfield Street. So that was part of capital money and also part of ARPA money. So we just have to have an approval from the board, so I can go ahead and send it to PHCD that we will accept the funding of $181,813.
And what are we gonna do with that? New panels
gonna
for
replace
the fire department panels?
The electrical panels in the basements, they're Federal Pacific and they're outdated, so we need to update to whatever, I'm not
Yeah.
sure what they're gonna use there.
I guess right now, insurance companies are giving issues if something happens with the panels out of here.
Panels, what else?
Yeah, so they did come out, the engineer came out 3 times.
We had 3
They,
different.
just this morning, I did receive an email, I haven't gone through it yet, that the state is going to go ahead and actually they gave them permission to put out the job to the engineer for bidding purposes.
That was my next question, is we're accepting the funding from the state of $181,000, but we're not awarding the bid to anybody. We don't have any contracts.
There hasn't even been put out for bid yet, so we're just we're just accepting that we're gonna be funded for the project, and then they're gonna go forward, and they already did hire the engineer. Then once the engineer puts the job scope together, it will go out for bid, and they do all of that, we don't have to do any of that. It's similar to this water shut-off valve, we'll get a letter from the engineer stating, this is the lowest bidder, and this is what he suggests.
Make a motion to accept the funding of $181,813.
Do I have a second?
So,
All in favor? Motion passed.
now that you did make that motion, I also want to say that I really think that there's going to be another amendment to this, because with this gas shut-off project, we talked about it last time, we really don't have a choice of what to do, because they don't want to approve us spending any money to fix the gas pipes in the street, because eventually they want to go all electric. There are some grants out there, so we're working with RCAT right now. RCAT just based the project as, I think it was like $1.5 million. So there's funding in there to do it. Right now, they're just talking about the panels. Even with these panels, everything might change because of the fact that we're gonna have to go with all gas stoves.
I'm just gonna say, when we're upgrading the panels, we should be thinking ahead for that.
Yeah, so the problem with that is there's money to upgrade, there's money for all the gas stoves, there's money for
Electrical.
updating the electrical system, but they won't give us money to change our boilers over from gas to electric, because there's no money for boilers, just for stoves. So we put out there that if there's money there and it's available, we're gonna take it, we're gonna replace the stoves right now. And then that was save us money in getting the inspections on the boilers or the furnaces.
Yeah.
Until that turns over, and we have to actually hire a company once a year to come in and inspect the gas pipes in the street. But at least we don't have to have them inspect all the gas pipes in the building, so that will save us for that inspection until there's money for the furnaces, or as the furnaces break, they want us to replace them with electric and not gas. So till one or the other, either the money's there in funding or they all break and they're all turned to electric. How many do we have total with the furnaces? One in each building?
What, one furnace in each
gas,
building?
one
One
furnace
gas
and one
furnace,
in
and
here?
it's an indirect, so it heats up the hot water too.
All right, so that's 8 and then 9.
9 here.
So it's either we get the funding for it, or as they go, we just replace it with electric until all 9 are replaced.
Can I just say something, like with that electric panel too, we're trying, it's kind of a goofy situation where they want us to go all electric, but I think we're gonna have to add extra money in for them to run a wire for an electric stove. That's not gonna be included in, I don't think it is.
Yes,
gotta
not
plan
It will be now?
Yes, with
It is, okay, sorry.
the grant money, it's
Extra
everything
money.
it takes to do it, plus the gas stove. So that's why it's gonna be so high.
Okay, all right,
Yep.
because before it wasn't that.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
there is a
perfect.
grant that came available for that,
Yeah.
so. And the other thing is too, also to do like a survey to see if we have enough electric coming from the pole, and if this box out here that we just replaced
Yeah.
3 years ago can actually support all the electric for the stoves and the furnaces, and the furnaces, so.
Just
So
so,
that's about 10 or 15 years from now.
Oh, no,
No.
this is gonna, this is gonna change
Where are they
because,
gonna get the power? They don't have enough power.
oh, I don't, well, this one.
This whole thing don't make sense.
I know.
it depends what happens in 2024, that's what, that things might
It
change.
makes sense.
But right now, the $1.5 million was just approved, and so that's we haven't even seen that part yet. It's just coming down the line that the money is there for funding,
Should
and they're
we-
just starting.
Should we be pretty active in this and maybe look at having budget money for a furnace a year or something like that?
We do. So in our capital plan, when you guys vote, every 5-year plan, every year we put in for a furnace.
Okay.
So unless something happens in 2 go in 1 year, but usually that does, knock on wood, it doesn't happen. But we definitely put $10,000 in our capital plan a year away.
Are we changing one a year?
We're not changing their own, we haven't, but maybe that's something that.
That's my point.
Yeah,
If
so-
we put the money where it's in the budget, I think we should start swapping out if we're gonna have to do it anyway.
Yeah, so our capital plan, I think we do again in March. It's usually around St. Patrick's Day. So we should actually maybe put 2 in there instead of 1 and start replacing 2. Yeah, that's actually a really, that's actually a really great idea. But we always did put a furnace in there. We have one right now.
Furnace and hot water tank, yeah.
Yeah,
We-
furnace
we
and hot
just
water
did
tank.
The first furnace.
But you did it in gas.
Correct, but see, like you can't jump the gun now because hindsight, if we would have known this was coming down the transformer box or the distribution box that we put, probably should have been sized for all electric, but 2014,
Yeah.
nobody was thinking that at the time. So now, that box may be too small, so we may not be able to switch them out until we know we got the power.
Yeah. So it's all being engineered out right now. So I'm just letting the board know that that's kind of
So
happening from.
you're still gonna get gas stoves instead of electric?
No, the grant is for electric stoves.
Or is it?
Yep, so.
But the furnaces right now, we're still replacing with gas until we know we have enough power coming in from the street. So
Yep.
we should probably hold off from replacing anything that doesn't need it until we do decide to switch over.
And know that we have enough to support everything. Correct.
Okay.
Yep, so that's in the process right now. And last but not least, is the year end. I've been working with the accountant for the last 2 weeks on year end. The only few things that might come up as a red flag to DHCD is the fact that we've spent more in the budget for materials and supplies. Due to the fact that we had 13 turnovers. We've never had that and we didn't prepare for it in our budget. Also, the fact that our maintenance, in our top 5 salaries, our maintenance line item is over 6.5%, which is higher than they like to see. But it's also because we've hired our per diem to help Mike. There's no way Mike can do 13 apartments on his own, especially with all the work that has been done. So what I have done, and it won't be looked at by DHCD until after we certify all this and send it in, is to see if we can, in our reserves, what happens sometimes if we have certain issues, we can ask DHCD to either give us the money back from capital spending because we spent so much, or they will adjust our budget so it won't take from our reserves to do all this. So I've already spoken to DHCD and let them know. I actually asked them to come down, that we've done 13 apartments, but we just haven't turned them over. We've replaced kitchen floors, bathroom floors. Some of the houses have full surround tub units with new handheld showers that are more probably handicapped accessible with bars. Mike's done an incredible job. Some of the apartments, they look brand new. I have some pictures I can show you. The tenants are happy, everybody's happy, and it's basically almost like 100% makeover for these apartments. That's going to last another 30 years.
Okay.
So I did ask the DHCD after we all vote for this to go ahead and look at it to see what they can do to help us with our reserves, because currently they like us to be at least 40% in reserves for only 45. We do have some capital money every time we do a project. They give us admin and we can take it. So there's probably like $10,000 or $11,000 in admin funds coming back to us from certain jobs that we've done around here. Once that adds in, it's gonna bring us back up maybe to 50%. But in the meantime, we're hoping they can help us out. So our reserves just show higher for the state. So first of all, I just need the board vote for the top 5 salaries. That's the fiscal year form. It says top 5 compensation form to go over the salaries of maintenance, the executive director, resident service coordinator, admin assistant, and seasonal labor. Seasonal labor is what we use for our per diem. We haven't been hiring kids for the summer. It is nice to have a per diem because when Mike goes on vacation, he comes in, fills in, so it helps out for us. So as you can see, the maintenance was over 6.5%. They like us to be within a 3 to 4% range. I was 1.8. The resident service coordinator was under 3.5%. And just so you know, the resident service coordinator, whatever we spend for one, we get back, we get reimbursed. So this technically isn't coming out of our budget for the Housing Authority because it is a grant, it's a 5-year grant. Every year the money for the resident service coordinator will be replaced by the state. Administrative assistant, we were negative 21%. I am not sure why that's so low, but it's here. I think it's because something to do with having Swansea together. And then seasonal labor, we're up 1.6%, and that was from per diem. We tried to separate it as much as we could. Some of the per diem money we did get back from our capital fund because we had turnover. So we built his pay to turnover money so it would kind of help us out with our budget. So we just need a board vote to acknowledge the top 5 compensation for fiscal year 2023.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the next one is the lead certificate. We just need a board vote to acknowledge that we, every apartment that's rented, we give the tenant a lead certification packet along with the lead paint laws, and we have them sign it. So we just need a board vote acknowledging that we're still doing the certificate of compliance for the lead laws in Massachusetts.
Motion made.
Where is that?
It's, the lead law isn't in here, it's just stating that we do it. Yep.
Did you make a motion?
Yes.
Second.
All in favor? Motion passed.
And just a motion that you review the fiscal year end, and we can go ahead and send it into the Department of Housing for approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
I don't have any old business, and that's all I have.
Can I have a motion to accept the director's report?
Motion.
Second.
Update on the maintenance.
I think she went over everything already.
Okay.
The turnovers I've been doing, keeping up with the grounds.
I see the cost of maintenance came up because you used too much paint.
Yeah, the paint's not cheap anymore, I'll tell you that. It's crazy, but,
Oh, okay.
I've had the sheriff's work crew here a little bit, once in a while, so they've been helping out. But otherwise, that turnover's keeping the ground, normal maintenance, and I think everything's pretty good.
Very good. Can I have a motion to accept the maintenance report?
Motion to accept?
Second.
All in favor? Pass. Next meeting is September 20th. All good?
Sounds good.
Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Motion.
All in favor? We're now adjourned.